Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus Valentine's Day tarot oracle reading. And Scorpio, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not in Scorpio, we all have a little bit of Scorpio in us. If you do have your birth chart, what house is Scorpio in? That's where this energy is most likely to show up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. Keep in mind, this is a general collective reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it right now, it is the perfect time for you. And if I have posted this some time ago, take a look at what was going on in your life back then, and it may give you further clarity on your situation as of now. All right, so we're going to begin with the underlying energy at the bottom of the deck. Whoops, I have my deck upside down. There we go. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is sitting on his throne. He's in the emotional waters here. So this is someone that has a really good, the King of Cups has a real good grip on his emotions. And because of that, he's the most emotionally available of all the kings, the most steady. He's sitting out on this rough water around him, represents a lot of chaos and volatile emotions happening all around him. But he's totally calm, chilled out, waiting for an opportunity to move forward. He's got his right foot on the edge of this platform. And as soon as he feels the time is right, that's when he's going to make his move to offer this cup of love. So he's the most steady of all the kings, and the most probably traditional in the way he approaches love. We have, for the internal forces, the star energy. So now you could be this king, you could be in the energy of this King of Cups, and also and or the star energy. It can be both. So this is the overlying energy for the entire reading. So yay, it's about love, and it's a Valentine's Day reading, so that makes me happy. Some of them have been more about Singles Awareness Day. So this is the star energy, and this is talking about that you're a star, and that you were meant to shine, and you're meant to have love and happiness in everything that on planet Earth. This is talking about she's dipping her foot in the universal pool of water and pulling that energy out, putting her own in, mixing it all together, and then pouring that out on to the earth. So this is talking about following your North Star. That's representing this star here. That's the guiding star for keeping you on purpose on your destined path in life. And we have the Pleiades in the background here. So this is all about the stars. And we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in. So there is some sort of information coming in, and it's been taking a long time because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of the four knights. He's actually at a standstill. He's surveying the land and, okay, now which direction shall I go in? You know, it's kind of like he has to have a board meeting every time he makes a decision. And it's kind of like, oh, would you just hurry up and get here already kind of energy. But one thing about the Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Pentacles, is when he does deliver the message, it's very thorough, and it's like an offer that you can really count on. Like, it's something that has been well researched, and it's probably, and because it's about Pentacles, it could be about a legacy of wealth. So it's, you know, it's a substantial amount of money that he is talking about, and it's not just money. The Pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness and abundance, but it's represented by the coin, which does, you know, in 3D world, we need money. And so there could be some sort of information, and that's kind of the energy you're in, is waiting for this knight to come in with some information. Oh, hi. This is my cat, Stella. Her job is to purr. Did you find out? Oh, you were running late. It's okay. She must have hit traffic in between the bedroom and the kitchen. What happened? You came in late. Her job is to purr and raise the vibration. So she does a really good job, don't you, Stella? She's already got happy feet here, so we're in good hands, or good paws. We have, you're so cute. We have the energy here of conception. So this is, this energy has already been launched, that whatever information this is. Now the knights, you know, they used to, of course, deliver messages and protect the palace and that for the king and the queen. And they would travel far and wide and deliver messages. So they'd have to get all the way there, and then they would have to wait for the answer, and then they would have to come all the way back. And it could, that's why they're so slow. These days, you could expect the information to come in via email, a letter in the mail. It could be, you know, a text message, a phone call, social media post, that kind of energy. And again, whatever has been launched, it's on its way. Like, this is already moving, whatever this information is coming about. And this king, it's basically saying, I feel this is the king's energy for sure. I feel like the king, we'll see, I think the king might be the external forces, and you're the star kind of energy that he's got his eye on. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. He could be a star too. Having said that, that's just my impression. And so this can also actually represent actual conception. So if you've already met the King of Cups and you're in a relationship and you don't want to have a baby, be very careful, because this card represents conception of a pregnancy, as well as projects, ideas, relationships, that kind of energy. All right, we have, for some reason, this energy of being in a mental prison. So you're waiting for some sort of information to free you up about your pentacles. Now, the swords represent thoughts, and the being bound up like this represents someone who feels duty bound, like they still are not free. I feel like in this, maybe you're someone who's in the process of getting a divorce, and you're waiting for the settlement and for the paperwork to come in. I feel like it, and it's taking so long, as divorces do quite often. And so this is talking about not being able to move forward and feeling like kind of trapped, because you're waiting for other, you know, other outside forces, basically, is what's coming up. Yeah, because look at this. This energy, for me, this card, like, unless if it's in context with certain cards, can represent someone. This is someone who wants to expand their horizons. And I know this looks like it could be desert, but it's actually water, because there's boats sailing on it, and the sun is just shining on it. So it's kind of an energy, like kind of like the yellow brick road energy, only like this person like having the energy of just wanting to hop on a ship and go on their way, kind of like, you know, be free, that kind of energy. And this is talking also about, and it's kind of like walking through a portal here, and having your hand on this energy. So the wands do represent passion, and it's fire. It's the element of fire. So it's movement. It's taking action on something. And I feel like this card quite often says that someone's leaving behind a relationship and going it on their own. That kind of energy, which makes sense in context with these cards, and wanting to, you know, ready to hop on a ship and sail away, but they're waiting for the money. That could be your energy right now. And then we have the Ace of Wands coming in. So whatever, you're very passionate about whatever this is, about this action, and maybe you've met someone further away and you want to go visit, or that kind of energy, or you're wanting to connect with someone, but you're waiting for the paperwork from a divorce or a separation agreement or whatever to come through. We have the energy here of the devil. Yeah, why do you have to show up here and wreck my pleasant Scorpio reading? That's okay, Scorpio, you can handle this energy. Scorpio has a stinger. And this is like water energy, so you're in good control of your emotions here. This is talking, the devil card is talking basically about temptation. And these two lovers are yoked to each other, plus they're also yoked to Saturn's box. So this energy is, the devil is like in this position, he's on his haunches, and this represents animal instinct, so more like lust than love kind of energy. And this represents temptation, so really wanting something that's shiny and someone like really want, and this quite often is representing infidelity, and which is quite often what this card represents, is leaving a couple and moving forward as a single person kind of energy. So this energy could be maybe your partner or you got tempted by someone else, and that's where we're at right now. Now this energy of the devil, the temptation, you're not going to get the truth from this energy, because this is very manipulative and it's temptation and it's the devil. And so it's not the most uprighteous energy, right? And so I always cover this card with the next card up, just to see what is it that, who is the devil going to send in to do his dirty work? Who is the minion at his, that he's manipulated into doing this now? And it's, okay, someone who's disappointed with the result. Imagine that, being disappointed with the results from the devil. Who would have thought, right? And this is talking about, oh, okay. I get it. This is talking about someone who's been disappointed in love. So I'm going to give the different versions because I'm reading for a lot of people, but the main version I'll give last, that I'm getting what's happening in this reading. So this can represent that there was three people involved in a relationship where there should have been two. This is saying, this person might be saying, hey, give me this could be someone that you gave 3 chances to. And they're saying, give me one more chance. And you're like, no, 3 strikes, you're out kind of energy. Or it can just represent that there's a third person, there's been infidelity with someone that, you know, you or your partner was tempted to step outside the relationship with. But this can represent the universe saying, okay, here's another cup of love. And this person is saying, no. I don't want more of the same old shift. Is that like, I don't want to make myself vulnerable to love again. This can also represent that you've been in 3 different relationships and they've all turned out kind of crappy, and you're not really willing to open your heart up at this time kind of energy. Or this can represent, and this is what I feel this very much is with this energy here, that this passion led to conception and there may be a baby coming through. And it's not your baby or your partner's baby, one or the other. That's the energy that I'm picking up here. So, yes, disappointed, like the energy is, you know, what it is, right? And it's messy. Having said that, babies are always a gift. It's got nothing to do with the baby really, other than that they're being born, that kind of energy. And every baby is a gift from God. And so it's a blessing in disguise, but it may not be interpreted as such at this time. So the internal forces are like, what if I get pregnant? Well, you did. That's the kind of energy, because that's what this is saying. And I felt it right away as soon as I put this card down. And this could be the energy of not knowing what to do. And I'm not going to go through all the options because we're adults here that are watching this. So if it's, you know, you can figure that kind of out for yourself. Just to be kind to the YouTube algorithm here. And we have the, so this is the position of how you're identifying. You're waiting for some information to come in. This could be also information regarding whether this, you know, a pregnancy test kind of energy. This is abundance and self-worth. So this is saying that, yeah, I feel like you may have attracted a bundle of joy. And I mean, it happens. It happens. And then this is the energy of your communication from early life. So yeah, I'm just getting there's some sort of, you might be young and gotten pregnant, and like this may have happened in the past. And you know, you may have chosen to put the baby up for adoption or something like that, and it's been a big deal for you ever since. There's all those options out there, or this could be happening right now. And you could have been young and had a baby, and your partner and you got together and are raising it, but it didn't work out, and maybe because you were too young to really make that kind of a commitment, that kind of energy. So this is your emotional foundation, and it's basically saying your home and for your home and your family, and it's kind of like wanting to move on kind of energy. And then we have creativity, romance, and children. So this, again, this is this passion coming in with the wand and the conception and the special extra gift here from the threesome, or not the threesome, but the third party energy. And this is a passion for new discovery. So I feel like this energy is talking about, and then this is changing health, daily routines, habits, etc. So of course, if you're pregnant, that's going to happen. And if you have a baby, it's going to happen even more, that kind of energy. So let's see. We're going to look at the external forces now. So the external forces, we have the King of Swords. All right, so the King of Swords, I don't know, right away I'm like, is this a cesarean? That kind of energy. Maybe you got pregnant and the baby, it's kind of like been a real challenging pregnancy and you might need a cesarean. For some reason that's coming up. The King of Swords is someone that is a professional. So it's someone that is educated and uses their mental and intelligence, etc. But because he has a sword, it can represent a surgeon or a doctor energy. This can also represent lawyers, divorce lawyers, and that kind of energy. It's someone that's high up, like that's very good at what they do. So it could also represent someone that's a public figure, a politician, that kind of energy. Making this quite public is what's coming up. I'm just picking with all this star energy. So both of you could be stars, and this is an awkward position to be in. The King of Swords he understands that talk is cheap and actions do speak louder than words. He also understands that words can be used as weapons, and that this energy quite often does represent someone who's divorced. Like if of all the kings and queens, the sword energy is most likely to be divorced because they're not looking at each other in any way, shape, or form. They're just, boom, like, let's keep moving here, that kind of energy. Yeah, there was a reality check. And if you look at this, this is the tower, and lightning hits the tower, or the tower explodes from inside out, causing conception. And that's the energy that I'm picking up. And one of the people here, this is like a reality check for a couple. And this could be like if your partner comes home and says, I'm pregnant, but it's not your child. Or your partner comes home and says, I cheated on you and we're having a baby, kind of energy. So one of them is surprised and one of them is not that surprised. But it's something that hits fast, and I feel like that's what the reality check is in this case. It's both cheating and the energy of the baby, a baby coming in, and also it could be the energy of you need to check your health because of possible STDs, that kind of energy. So it's kind of a all around devilish situation. And it's not surprising that there's disappointment in that. Having said that, if there is a baby involved, that might be, because I'm just picking up there's some sort of concern about the pregnancy itself, that kind of energy. So yeah, it's something like that. It's what I feel. And then, or here's another scenario. It could be that you are pregnant and found out that you have a health issue that could affect your pregnancy, and that's how you found out that your partner had stepped outside the relationship, if you get my drift. So that's the kind of energy we're dealing with here. So my lovely Valentine's Day reading is changing into something that's, okay, But there is still a lot of love here because we have a baby coming in. Regardless of the situations, babies are always, about love. And every child is conceived in love because every child is conceived by God. Like that's God's child, first and foremost. And so God loves all his children, and that is, that's the energy. So this is talking about the King of Pentacles now. So the King of Pentacles is, this is an external force. So it could be there as a King of Pentacles. And remember, these are archetypes. So both of these could be females in their masculine energy. We do not have, it could be male in his masculine and a female in the masculine. Or it could be, just two different people kind of energy. It's hard to say at this point because this is the overall. So I just feel like the King of Cups is representing, there's some sort of love situation here that there's a lot of volatile emotions around. And it's kind of changed its meaning a little bit from being a light reading into one more typical of the ones that have been coming up. And that is, and I'm going to explain this, we just had a moon, a full moon, and it was in Leo. And across from Leo is the Aquarius energy, the opposing energy in the horoscope chart. And the opposing sign in your horoscope chart has a big effect on your life. So the energy of Leo is wanting to be a leader, but the energy in this position for this moon is saying, yeah, I want to be a leader, but I also really want to look after myself right now. I'm feeling really selfish and I want to go for what I want to go for. And, it's being like really wanting to express yourself as an individual, not as a couple kind of energy, is what I'm picking up. And the Aquarius energy is saying, no, you've got responsibilities here. The King of Pentacles is someone that is respected for having a lot of financial acumen, business acumen, someone that would be a CEO of a company, that kind of energy. And also, something to do with like mortgage broking, real estate, because it's about the earth. And so this energy is like kind of in conflict. And at the same time, we also have on January 26th, we had the planet Neptune, which is a very, very big planet that's slow moving. And it was moving, it takes 14 years for it to move from one house to the other. And it's been in Pisces, which is more dreamy, emotional energy like this. And now it's in Aries energy as of the 26th. And it was back and forth for this last year in 2025, but now bang, it's in Aries. And the day before Valentine's Day on February 13th, Saturn, which is this energy right here, Saturn's box, is really dominating, and it's about having to be responsible for your actions and that fighting that idealism, and it's in Aries, and Aries is the newborn of the zodiac. So there's a lot of energy where this reading where it's coming out. But the Aries energy, you think about a newborn baby, the symbol for Aries is the ram with the big horns and a head butting, like coming in head first. That's how babies come in. And so this energy is talking about that Saturn energy and Neptune energy clashing, as well as the Aquarius and the Leo moon clashing. And then on the 17th, we actually are moving out of the year of the snake energy. The snake is shedding their skin, but it's still a snake. That's the kind of energy. And so, the full moon, we still are sitting in that energy. It was on the 1st. This is coming out on the 4th. So the energy is you could still shed what you don't want to keep right now to get this situation under order. And we're going to just like, that's kind of the energy that we have. We're moving into the fiery horse energy, which is very passionate. That's on the 17th. And on that day, on the 17th, there's also going to be a new moon in the Aquarius energy again. And there's also, and so then Leo will be opposing that some more, causing that friction between idealism and responsibility, along with Saturn and Neptune. And so it's really deep, intense energy, and it can cause a lot of conflict in relationships and partnerships, etc. It's just like, and it's of course the day before Valentine's Day when Saturn joins Neptune, and it's 3 days after Valentine's Day when we have the energy of the fiery horse coming in and the letting go of the snake energy. So there's and on that day we have the new moon in Aquarius, opposed by the leadership of Leo, and how it's opposite. And we also do have a solar eclipse, if you can imagine all of that happening on the 17th. And so all of this energy combined is really causing a lot of volatile, emotional energy on the planet right now. And we can see that. Look at what's coming out in the news right now with the files that are out and all the whole, there's a lot out there right now. And like whatever devilish deeds have been done are coming to the surface, and everybody's, it's very public. And that's the kind of energy I'm feeling here. I mean, it's going to be like a known thing. And then this is, okay, walking away. This card has been coming up a lot in my Valentine's Day readings, which kind of pissed me off at first, but then I can't really control. It's not like all I can do is read the cards. But I was like, oh, let's have some light energy, you know, let's do some Valentine's Day. And I feel like a lot of them are more like Singles Awareness Day energy. Having said that, the truth will set you free, and this is what's coming out. So we have 8 of Cups here. That's 2 away from the total that you can have in the tarot, and someone's walking away. So that's you or your partner is walking away from the relationship, and that kind of confirms this lawyer, you know, like the energy of a lawyer possibly. And so this is someone who's walking away from, you know, something that may have been in place for 8 years. And we have those 3 cups there, right? Again, on top here. So you might have had a really good relationship for 5 years. And then the last 3 have not been so great. And then this has happened kind of energy. And then we have the rebel with the cause coming in. This is the fire horse energy. This is okay. So I was going to say, in this playlist that this Valentine's Day reading is in, I do have the readings for each sign in the New Year's Day, the Chinese New Year's energy. So if you want to look into that, it might give you some more insight as to what's going on. I also have another playlist which has the full moon and new moon readings. The full moon on the 1st of February, I have that one up. I haven't done the one for this upcoming on the 17th. I'm waiting for a little bit, see, hoping that things settle a little. So the rebel with the cause is very much, this is, you know, the centaur energy. This is very, very similar to the fiery horse energies. So it's like free-spirited. It's like very passionate when it comes to love and wanting new adventure, that kind of energy. In matters of business, it's talking about really wanting to move forward in a different way and setting very high achievements, and then maybe not having enough time to complete them. It's also talking about the fiery horse, so that you can see this horse is like rearing up because it wants to go, and the knight is holding it back. He's got a big red plume on the back of his head here, saying like that he knows he's a hothead, but he's learned to rein his emotions in and his passion in, but maybe a little too late in this situation. You know, it's that kind of energy. So the danger with this fire horse energy coming in is that making impulsive choices, doing impulsive things that you regret later, and then being in this energy. And also like having a real bad temper, and, you know, really lashing out kind of energy, being really angry. And in a situation like this, it's understandable. The King of Cups is the most emotionally available, but if he feels betrayed, he's the most likely to hold a grudge. He does not tolerate betrayal very well. He doesn't handle it very well. He's least likely to handle it well. Let me put it to you that way. So this energy is these external forces coming in. Now let's see. So it all ends happy on some level. So this could be talking about that this happened in the past, and now you've worked through it, and now you're in this other energy. So let's just see here. So this is talking about the ultimate happiness. This is the 10 of Cups. So this is talking about walking away from one relationship and then someone new comes in. That's the energy I'm getting. And this one is like everything you've ever wanted in a relationship. Maybe because you have been able to like work through this. And so now you know what you want and what you don't want in a relationship. And you're ready like to have this now. Oh, look, it could be a good romantic yeah, something you always wished for. Isn't that interesting? So this is talking about wishing. Wishing for something means you don't have it yet. So I feel like it's kind of a process you need to go through. And maybe you've already gone through this process. But you know, this takes time when it comes to legal matters and divorces. It can take a long time. And so it can be like waiting a long time to have the money and settling it. And then being able to go forward with a new relationship. But this is talking about, this is this new, I feel like this is a new, you walked away and a new relationship came in that is going to make you very happy. You may not have met this person yet, or you maybe have met them. And that's why now, like you've made the final decision. Maybe it was a challenging decision to make. And I feel like maybe in some weird way, it all works out to be the best, like in the best, you know, like that maybe your partner that was cheating, the baby is a gift, and that's going to make them mature and they'll be a better person or more stable, you know, for their partner, and you're going to have what you want. So in the end, it could be a romantic story, sort of, in a way. I'm really reaching here, but actually I'm not. I feel like sometimes things just work out that way. It's just the way it is. So if you're enjoying this, or if you're getting some value out of it, it might be confirmation for you in some things. I'm going to clarify this. I want to get a little bit more clarification if I can here, just so, because there's a lot of different energies coming in here. I'm really solid on this bottom part, but I'm not so solid on the external forces until these last three cards came in. Those last three cards feel like they're new energy. Because this horse, the fiery horse energy is new. It's the new year, new, you know, the first day of the Chinese New Year. Totally different from the energy that we've been in the year of the snake. Yeah. And I can hear you saying, yeah, thank God for that. Yes, you can thank God. There we go. So I'm using my Oracle Tales from the Vector, Tails. And so this is something I started in 2007. I completed it in 2020, like the paintings. There were 64 of them, and they were really big dragon paintings flying through the sky. They're dragons from the future, from courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. Lots of crystals and angels in different areas of the world, and that, you know, a lot of information on them. I had a lot of fun doing it. But I'm ready to get it done myself. I'm like, okay, I've been working on this since 2007. Because I worked on it when I had time to. And I was enjoying it. It gave me some, it always was like, oh, I always know what I'm going to paint next. Because as I was finishing one painting, the next one would come in. And it would always come in with really beautiful information, and then I'd look it up. Oh, you're from Italy, are you? Okay. That's kind of, we're in Italy. And then it just has created this beautiful story, actually. And so I'm gathering information right now. In the description box below, I'll have the numbers of the paintings. That's what the numbers on the cards here represent. I'll put them in the order they appear here. And then if you want, you can go to my website. The information's down below and get further clarity. Sometimes they say, you know, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's see here. I feel like this is more clear than it was, though. All right. I've got a purring cat on my lap, so she's sound asleep and she's purring away. You might not be able to hear her because I have a noise canceling mic on. So this energy is temperance. So temperance is talking about staying on your divine path and having the patience to stay on it. So patience in matters of love, which is, I feel like has been kind of a theme coming up with a lot of these readings. A lot of them have been saying something to the effect of part of the reason why you're having difficulty, if you've had difficulty in the past in your love relationships, is you weren't really sure of what you wanted, or what you have a certain type that you keep thinking is your type, but it's actually not benefiting you, kind of energy. So this is talking about having patience, staying on your path, recognizing that you are valuable, that kind of energy. And then we have superstar, the throat chakra, is clarifying the star energy here. So yeah, this is harmony. And this is singing to your heart's content kind of energy. So this is saying, I feel of 2026, if this has been, you know, you've been in this, a lot of this stress in 2025, and this has been going on and you're waiting for it to finally be resolved, that 2026 is going to be very different. And it might start more after the fiery horse energy comes in. And then we have the hangman. Yeah, so again, having that balance and waiting, and perhaps it's really a good thing that this is taking so long, because as I said, the Knight of Pentacles is a solid offer. Like, it's something like where the information is likely to be accurate. We have the energy of pride. Yeah. It would be very challenging if you know, your partner has a baby and it's not yours. Biologically, that could be quite a big thing. And then we have Scorpio energy. So Scorpio is the sexual gladiator. It's you know, and also Mars and Pluto energy ruled by that. This is about elevating or conquering, you know, that kind of energy. And I feel like I just want to say that when I bring out the horoscope signs in a reading like this, I'm not talking, oh, this is a Scorpio that caused this. I'm talking about like we all have, somewhere in our chart, we all have most of the signs, usually all of them, but sometimes maybe one or two aren't there. But we all have the energy somewhere in our chart. It's just not our sun sign, so it's not like as potent. But it's potent in certain areas of our life. And so we can learn from each of the signs in the energy. Like Scorpio at its best is like really uniting. But they're the sexual gladiators, so sometimes they unite. And, you know, this kind of energy that is what's coming up, especially when following this, you know? Yeah, so it's a disappointing situation because of the way it came about. But at the same time, as I said, babies are always a gift. Like, it's, and okay, so, but judgment is being called on this relationship. You've called it. This is you saying, yeah, I'm out of here. And I do get that you've given this person a chance in the past, at least maybe 3 times. And this is just the ultimate, like for you, is on top of everything else, there possibly being this pregnancy energy in here. We have the energy of Capricorn on, so this is talking about having ambition and being responsible. And like, okay, so the energy of Capricorn is like the most mature of the pentacles. So it could be, that could be part of it. And then also, this is a passion for new discovery. So I feel like when this money comes in that you've been waiting for, that it's going to allow you to do something that you really want, or maybe move somewhere you really want to. This can represent an actual physical move, like wanting to move to another place, like another city, another country, another province, a state, that kind of energy. Or it can just be like wanting to move mentally away from this energy here. But this is Saturn, is the energy that also this Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn also rules the temptation. And so I feel like this, and the big question for the Capricorn energy is being able to see possibilities in the challenges, and also being responsible, that kind of energy. That kind of energy I was talking about, where the idealism of Neptune is clashing with having to be like, always having to be like responsible energy of the Saturn. And then coupled with this, fiery horse energy, it can be very impulsive and cause like a lot of things that you're like, oh man, I didn't mean for that to happen, kind of energy. We have the Empress energy covering this energy here. So this is the energy of you saying here, no, I'm not doing this. I'm an Empress. I'm not, this is not how I'm living. I'm not doing it. So you need to move on. I'm moving on. Something's happening. We're getting a divorce. I'm getting a lawyer. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up. And this is also, it's cold in here. There must be something in the atmosphere. And this is saying, you're done and you're walking away. This was too much. This is like, no, no. Your ego is coming in here and you're saying, hell no, like a bat out of hell. And it's also saying, keep your ego in check. And what that means is, this can be a karmic space. So you don't want to be in this space where you're like, when this reality check hits, that your pride and your ego are so damaged that you act in ways that you are going to regret later. Keep your shift together is what it's saying. And so like, don't be flying off the handle and acting like, all like erratically. Don't do impulsive moves here. We also have Mother's Worry coming in. And so this is transition energy. And I feel like if you're the one who got pregnant, or if you're the male here and your partner got pregnant, it's that kind of energy, that there is some concern about this energy, this three people being involved energy, causing possibly a health issue that a doctor needs to deal with because of an STD that needs to be, the baby needs to be protected from. Just being aware of that. Falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So this is the unfettered. This is when your heart chakra is open. This is saying like, no, I'm having love. And this is exactly, falling and failing in love is a matter of I. And so I just feel like this, you're in this energy of, this is your partner that has stepped outside the marriage and someone else is pregnant and all that energy is happening. You're saying, no, that's not, again, I'm an Empress. I'm not doing this. That's the walking away energy. And it's because of this new energy coming in, right? And then we have the Chariot. So I feel it's getting resolved. It's already in the ethers. The Chariot represents it's already in the spin. This energy does also, it's like he's holding back the horse, but like it's wanting to run, that kind of energy. And then we have the Taurus energy, which is about the give and take and learning to share. And one thing what most people don't want to do is share their partner. So it's that kind of energy. But this is talking about being willing to receive from the energy again. And I do feel that this reward that you're getting, this new passion, is coming in because you've learned the lesson of give and take. You understand what you're willing to put up with and what you're willing to invest in and what you're willing to do, and back and forth kind of energy like that. So the Taurus, you know, that's the beginning of the Pentacles. Like that's the Aries is the newborn that comes in, and then Taurus is the next sign, and it represents more the toddler energy. And toddlers are absolutely adorable and loving. They're ruled by Venus, as is the Empress. I just feel like this is saying that you've learned a lot about the give and take in life and that's why you're being rewarded now with this divine partner that you're going to be really, because look at, there's the passion coming in, and I feel like it might not be in time for Valentine's Day, but it won't be long after the horse energy that a lot of this will be resolved. And then look at this. This is Emperor energy coming in to match your Empress energy. Look at that. Hey, I really like this reading. So the Emperor is all about performance. It's about like being all four kings rolled into one, and we have the Queen being all four queens rolled into one. So this is a very powerful vibration when the Empress and the Emperor get together. You know, sparks fly, especially if there is Scorpio energy, like with this energy of water and fire can create a lot of steam if there's passion involved. So yeah, so it is. It's kind of like modern day love stories. They don't write romance novels about this. Like the old romance novels were very different from the new ones that they would be writing now, and in the movies, etc. But this is real life, and I really like, I mean, it looks like it's going to turn out, you know. Things have a way of falling into place regardless of, you know, if you just kind of keep your shift together here, I think you'll probably have a really, a good outcome here. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and comment if you have. And I consider subscribing to the channel if you resonate with it. I would really be honored if you did so. And I will have another reading for you in the upcoming days here at Scorpio. Bye for now. Okay, Stella. Sorry to wake you up.